Have you ever wondered how baseball became America's favorite pastime? The story of baseball is a tapestry woven from threads of ancient cultures, European traditions, and the unique spirit of American innovation. The concept of hitting a ball with a bat is not new. It was an integral part of many ancient cultures. For instance, the ancient Greeks played a game known as episkiros, meaning ball with a bat. The Romans too had a similar game called latrunculus. Similar games existed in Asia as well, all of which provided a foundation for the sports we know today. Across the sea in Europe, comparable games were being played. In England, a game called stool ball was popular, where a ball was thrown into the air and players would hit it with a bat, aiming to make it land on a stool. Meanwhile, the French were playing la soule, a game that involved using bats to move the ball to a specific location. However, a significant turning point in the prehistory of baseball was the English game rounders. Dating back to the 16th and 17th centuries, rounders was strikingly similar to baseball, involving a ball, a bat, and the concept of hitting and running to specific bases. This game is often seen as a true precursor to baseball. As Europeans voyaged to America, they brought these games with them. The colonists started playing their variations of these games, thereby laying the foundation for what would come to be known as baseball. Over time, these games became more structured, with codified rules. For example, the rules of rounders were officially written down in school statutes in North America in 1828. This gradual structuring of rules was a crucial step towards the formation of modern baseball. As these games began to mesh with American culture, the foundation for what we now know as baseball was laid. The influence of different cultures, traditions, and pastimes were all instrumental in the birth of this beloved sport, baseball, which would ultimately become a national pastime for the United States. As these early games began to take hold in America, the rules started to evolve into something more familiar. What had once been a myriad of games, each with its unique set of rules and playing style, began to coalesce into something more standardized. The diversity of games was gradually reduced as certain practices gained popularity and others fell by the wayside. This process of standardization was not an easy one. It was a slow, painstaking process that took many years to complete. It involved countless hours of negotiation, debate, and trial and error. But through it all, the love for the game remained strong, and the desire to create a sport that was truly American in character never wavered. One of the most significant milestones in this process was the codification of the rules of rounders in 1828. This English game, which had been played in various forms for centuries, had a profound influence on the evolution of baseball. The rules of rounders provided a solid foundation upon which the game of baseball could be built. They established the basic structure of the game, including the use of a bat and ball, the concept of running to bases, and the idea of scoring runs. But the rules of rounders were just the beginning. As the game continued to evolve, new rules were added, old ones were modified, and some were discarded altogether. This ongoing process of evolution and refinement is what has given us the game of baseball that we know and love today. The evolution of the rules was not just about creating a fun and engaging sport, it was also about building a game that reflected the values and aspirations of the American people. Baseball was not just a game, it was a symbol of the American spirit, a testament to the nation's love for competition, fair play, and teamwork. As these rules took shape, the game of baseball began to emerge. It was a game that was distinctly American, a game that captured the imagination of the nation, and a game that has since become an integral part of American culture and identity. As the rules of baseball solidified, the game began to take hold in the hearts of Americans. From its humble beginnings, baseball started to rise in popularity during the mid-19th century. It was during this time that the game evolved from a simple pastime to a sport that was played in organized leagues, both professional and amateur. With this evolution came increased interest and participation, as well as a growing fan base. The allure of baseball was twofold. First, it was a game that anyone could play. You didn't need to be a certain size or have a particular set of skills. All you needed was a bat, a ball, and a few friends to get a game going. This made it an accessible sport for people of all ages and backgrounds. Second, baseball provided a common ground for people to come together. Whether it was cheering for your local team, trading baseball cards, or simply playing a pickup game in the backyard, baseball provided a sense of community. It was a common thread that connected people, regardless of their differences. Baseball's popularity continued to grow throughout the 20th century. It was a sport that captured the imagination of the American public. The iconic images of Babe Ruth hitting a home run, Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier, or the unforgettable Miracle Mets of 1969, all added to the allure and mystique of the game. The term America's pastime was coined to describe baseball because it was more than just a game. It was a reflection of the American spirit, the spirit of competition, of perseverance, and of unity. It was a sport that told a story of triumph and defeat, of heroes and villains, of moments that will forever be etched in the annals of history. So as we look back, it's not hard to see why baseball became so ingrained in the fabric of American society. It brought people together, it told a story, and it provided a form of entertainment that was accessible to all. As the game evolved and grew in popularity, it became an integral part of American culture. The impact of baseball on American culture cannot be overstated. From its humble beginnings in rural pastimes and European precursors, this sport has grown to become a cornerstone of American society. It's more than just a game. It's a unifying force, a common language, a shared experience that transcends age, race, and background. Baseball has found its way into literature, movies, art, and music, underlining its cultural significance. It has inspired countless storytellers and artists, and continues to do so. It has also been a platform for social change, breaking down barriers and fostering inclusivity. The game has left an indelible mark, not only on the fields and stadiums but also in the hearts of the American people. It's in the cheers of the crowd, the crack of the bat, the thrill of a home rn. These are memories etched into the collective identity of a nation. The legacy of baseball continues to shape the cultural landscape of America. Thanks for joining this journey through the history of America's favorite pastime. Share your favorite baseball memories in the comments below.